QWER, who you may call QWER, the Algorithms Blossom, track by track. Listen through comes to the end. Well, actually, there is an outro and an intro that I haven't actually done reactions to, so I might come around and just do them just to kind of contextualize things, but that'll be really weird to do a reaction to an outro and intro. I may do it, you never know. Anyway, look, here's the thing. Algorithms Blossom so far has been actually really impressive. I think that in a lot of ways, the most recent album, which I reacted to before, in a million voices, a million noises, I'll Be Your Harmony. That album, I think, is really very colorful, great production, some really top-notch songs, maybe some songs that are my favorites by the band. However, so far, I've got to be honest, Algorithms Blossom feels like a little bit more of a rounded band album. You know, a lot of stuff where you can really hear the musicianship coming from the members of the actual group. The production seems to be, as a general, a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more room for them to, you know, sort of kind of come through as musicians, which I feel is slightly lost a little bit on some of the tracks on the most recent album. But here we're at the last track on Algorithms Blossom, other than the outro, and I'm excited to see where this goes. The track itself is called Rebound. It sounds like it's going to be something fun. It's 3.5 minutes. It sounds like we're going to get something with a little bit of pop to it. Who knows? Let's enjoy this. This has been a really great album. I would be intrigued to know how I feel about these two albums in comparison after I've got to the end of Rebound, the last full-length song on this album. As far as I'm aware, I will have to double check that afterwards. Anyway, here we go though. Rebound is coming in right after we've just had Goodbye My Sadness, I think it was. I can't remember that. It was a ballad. It had a very ballady name. It was a great song as well though. So this is coming in right after a really great ballad. Let's see what Rebound has got for us. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's very J-rock actually. Nice build up, good straight pop rock. Alright, we got a pre-chorus. We'll wind it back to spring. Let's have a big chorus to end this album. Here we go. Oh, I like that fast chord change. That's cool. That is really cool. There's like little strings in the background, like a little music box sound, like a guitar, finger picking. All these delicate sounds underneath what is straight pop rock song. And it gives it that J-rock vibe. That little breaker on there is good on the drums as well. Oh, that's cool. Very rock and roll style guitars, aren't they? Wow, this is charging along as well. 2.5 minutes. Probably in the bridge. Gone from one type of piano to another type of piano there. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. I really like that. Not enough bands use the breakdown with the kick and the clap. And it's great as well for the audience. If you can have that in the song so they know when it's coming. Oh, and you leave it on that sort of unresolved note as well. That's beautiful. I really like that. Now, yeah, this is probably, you could argue this is one of the most straight shooting, just pop rock songs on the album. But I think it functions really well in that role. You know, sometimes, you know, this album has done some good things. We got some really swinging, head-bopping rock songs. We got some ballads. We got stuff with a little bit more of a pop feel. You know, there's a good variation on this already. And I feel like just finishing on a song that, with exceptions to the outro, which is like a straight pop rock song, as a very much familiar with like J-rock songs of the past. And of course, you know, we've talked before about how QWER, seemingly through Ed Kim, have inspiration from things like Bocce the Rock. Bocce the Rock, the Japanese anime about the founding of girls' rock band. Set in real places, etc., that I spent a lot of time. Anyway, the fact that it's got that kind of DNA in QWER's music, a little bit of the J-rock, it's nice to see that coming through so directly here, because this really feels like a J-rock song in a lot of ways, in the arrangement, in those little things in the background with the finger picking the guitar, little piano, little glockenspiel lines, those things just underneath like a pop rock sound, but then with that fast moving chord pattern, again, very much a signature of J-rock kind of music, J-pop rock music, you know, J-pop maybe more. That sort of fast moving chord pattern, very much a signature of that. And I love the way that they played that here. Having a chorus with a fast moving chord pattern is kind of a brave thing to do, because usually the chorus is where you want people to sing along. So having a settled in chord, you know, very solid moving chords that change, so it's easy to sing something big and melodic over the top. Yeah, that's how choruses usually function. But having a fast-moving chord pattern with da 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 da, you know, having that with a fast-moving chord pattern underneath is really cool, because it's kind of a brave chorus and it comes out sounding really anthemic nonetheless. This was cool. I really enjoyed this. Is it the most experimental thing they've done? No, it's one of their sonically safer songs, but the writing is there. It's got some cool ideas in it, and really to me this indicates just kind of how you can do like a middle of the road sounding J-rock style song but get it absolutely right. I really enjoyed the performance, really enjoyed the way they did that, and I think it's a great way to finish an album, with exception to the fact that there is an album outro. Shall we go find the outro? Let's go find the outro. Let's go find the outro. Got to do it, haven't we? All right, here's the outro. Let's. I got adverts loading up on my screen first of all, so I'm gonna skip over the adverts so you don't have to see them, and then let's hear how the outro to this album goes directly after that, because it finishes on an unresolved note. Again, I think that's a really cool musical technique. You've got to be brave. It's like movie directors who put in a ambiguous ending to a movie, or maybe not a happy ending, a sad ending. You know, finishing a song on an unresolved note is a really cool thing to do. Anyway, let's have a listen to this. 1 minute and 12 of outro. Oh, we have Disneyland. What? I have no idea what's going on right now.
우리다운 믿음으로 우리라는 모습으로
What?
다시 씨앗이 퍼져나가는 그날까지
I can kind of see why they didn't do an intro and outro on the most recent album, because this is surreal. Well, now I know. Now I gotta know what the intro sounds like. That sounded like some weird dystopian kind of, or maybe utopian, depending on like kind of Disneyland weirdness with the voices. That's for an album that is so raw. And for an album that's basically raw for the best part, that just feels weird. I don't know what was. It feels really weird. I kind of like it. It's playful and it's fun. I'm assuming the intro is going to be of a similar style, because I'm usually intros and outros match up. But This is probably good walking on music when you do a gig, but it's just so weird how it contrasts to everything that's happening around it. All right, let's see what the intro sounds like. Okay, same chord progression. Yeah. So it does match up. Of course, this is building you up to the first song. So this is good. I can imagine you walk out on the stage to this, band comes out on stage. Yeah, this is a good build-up. Okay, I get it more now. It is surreal though, isn't it? And it's kind of got a joy to it, but it does feel very weirdly old-fashioned MIDI style.
뉘고 푸른 새벽이 다가왔을 때
Maybe not 8
소중한
bit,
마음을
maybe
차곡히
16
담아
bit.
우리라는 씨앗을 심었어.
That's weird. It fades out before the first song comes in. Usually you expect like the intro to like sort of build up and then just launch straight into the first song. But this builds up, and then we get what, like 10 seconds of it going quiet. That's really surreal. Okay. Anyway, there you go. There's my thoughts in the intro and outro as well. So get in the comments. Tell me what you think about all of this. I really have to think about which album I prefer. I think that In a Million Voices, Million Noises, Voices. I can't remember what it is. It's a really weird album name. I think in the most recent album has probably got some of my favorite QWER songs. It might have some of the best QWER songs, full stop. However, I think as an album, I think Algorithms Blossom is a little bit better. But I'm going to have to think about that. You guys let me know what you think about it as well. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. We'll talk about this more, and maybe we'll loop back around to check out their debut as well, because we've been doing track by track to all of these. So follow up on it. Let me know what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.